So let's speak about Workhorse, baby! What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the hoodie to prove that fact. And today we're speaking about Workhorse. And yet again, there is so much to speak about. There is almost as much to speak about as there is manipulation going on right now. This video is going up a little bit later than usual. I waited till market was open for a couple of hours. I have been literally looking at these guys all day. We've been in the Discord chatting all day long about these guys. A lot, and I mean a lot going on. So the first thing we have to speak about is Roth Capital and Craig Irwin and their price target being brought down to $27 from $33 and their buy rating going down to neutral in a matter of, I believe it was 3 days. That's a little bit fishy. And then Zacks went ahead and upgraded their targets for Workhorse to a buy rating. And most importantly, the USPS finally announced what we've all been waiting for, a new stamp. Not to mention that as of recording this, we're about 2 hours into market open. Workhorse is down over 14%. Crazy day for Workhorse. Yesterday I told you guys I would make an update video today, and it is needed. So right before we get into the video, can I please ask you, my friend, do hit that juicy like button. It really would help me out a lot. If you're new around here, what are you waiting for, my friend? Hit that juicy red subscribe button and join the family of investors. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. And drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you did today. Are you selling? Are you buying? Are you just holding? Do you have a price target? I'm interested in hearing from you guys. With that being said, guys, into the video. So we always started off with the price action. Well, it has been absolutely horrific all day long, down 14.5%. This is not what anybody wanted to see, but also we've seen moves like this with Workhorse quite sadly many times over the last couple of months. I also want to bring you guys back to the 5-day chart. So around here is when the short article came out. You can see that we're actually back right around that price point now. We don't necessarily show signs of going back up, but if this is manipulation, that's exactly what the big institutions want it to look like. So last time we hit this price, we shot up. We went up nearly 30%, and again, we have proceeded to crash back down and give back pretty much all of that value. I'm not worried about what happens today, okay? Nothing is going to change what happens today. Not you, not me, not anybody. We have to let the price action do what it does. It's on us to decide if we're going to sell or if we're going to buy more, and I have to say, at current prices, ooh, it's looking juicy. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling anybody what to do here, but I am keeping an extraordinarily, and I mean extraordinarily close eye on this company. But yeah, what a fall from grace. I mean, after briefly hitting, we did hit $30 at one stage yesterday. We're all the way back down towards the very low 20s. Not fun at all. So this is the first thing I want to speak about. Roth Capital. I mean, ugh. So Craig Irwin downgraded Workhorse Group from buy to neutral with a price target of $27 from $33. The analyst comments, we received an email communication from the USPS after heavy press coverage of our call. We noted then the decision day was slated for today, October 13th. The USPS PR spokesperson indicated that now expects a decision by the end of 2020. This has been public information for so long. I mean, how does Roth Capital not know about this? We brought this up on the channel over a month ago. I brought it up literally a few days ago before this article had come out. We knew this, okay? It was speculated that it would be by the end of the fiscal year. Then it was speculated to be mid-October. But it was also well known by pretty much everybody in the Workhorse community that it could also be by the end of the calendar year. How in the world does Roth Capital not know this? And with that question being asked, did they know this? Did they pump it to dump it? And if they did cause this pump and dump, are they out or are they buying up more shares now that is lower in value? Is this an elaborate scheme or is it an honest mistake? That's the thing, we're never going to know. Institutions are much bigger, much more powerful than us. They can make market moves like this one that we are seeing today. I do just think that it is absolutely crazy that Roth Capital weren't aware of this. I mean, honestly, a lot of investors, individual investors who have gone and done their own research, knew this. And I spoke about this a few days ago when Roth Capital released their first upgrade. But yeah, this is all a little bit weird in my opinion. There could be more than meets the eye right here. We're gonna have to wait and see. Either way, it's a little bit fishy. Next thing that should be known, Zacks upgraded to a buy. So they updated to Zacks rank number 2, which is a buy. This upgrade is essentially a reflection of an upward trend in earnings estimates, one of the most powerful forces impacting stock prices. I don't know if I believe that for this next quarter. I think it's going to be the following quarter where we have any decent earnings. When we look at things like this, Workhorse Group enter into securities exchange agreement with HT. The exchange agreement provides HT will exchange $70 million of existing notes for 5.03 million shares of common stock. We also saw them raise $200 million only yesterday. We formed a strategic partnership with Hitachi. It's all fantastic, but it's all building towards something better. So I mean, they've upgraded it to a buy, but why? Because of earnings estimates? I mean, keep in mind that all of this good stuff will not be factored in until the following earnings report. That's when we're going to be getting more sales. That's when we'll potentially have new product developments or prototypes, whatever it is. We're more than likely going to know about the USPS contract by that quarterly report, not the next one. So I mean, they're upgrading the stock to a buy, but again, the main reason is for an upward trend in the earnings estimates. That just seems really weird to me. Now obviously I'm not complaining, it's good to see an upgrade, but still, it's odd. I just find everything that institutions are doing very odd. But then we see our favourite of all, we see ARK Invest, okay? I think they bought 33,000 more shares of Workhorse yesterday. They are up to pretty much 800,000 shares in the company. And let me tell you guys, if ARK Invest isn't selling, I'm not selling. It really is that simple. I mean, I've been buying, they've been buying in the high 20s, the low 20s, the mid 20s, the teens. They've always been buying. It's now 2.79% of the portfolio. I mean, genuinely, when the USPS contract is announced, this is going to be a top 5 in their portfolio, which will be nuts. But sadly, ARK Invest don't really speak about Workhorse. For whatever reason, I'm not sure why. It's a little bit frustrating because I bet they have a whole lot of juicy information that investors would eat up. And if ARK publish something the same way that, you know, Roth Capital just did, but providing their bull thesis, I think that would do amazing things for the company. Now the next thing, guys, is I don't understand why everybody is so surprised right now, in all honesty. So this article right here, Workhorse tanks as the USPS next generation delivery vehicle contract now expected to be announced towards the end of 2020. Again, I'm getting people asking me, was the announcement delayed? No, because we never ever had a date set in stone. How can it be delayed if there isn't a set date? Nothing has changed since yesterday, simply put. Absolutely nothing, and yesterday things got better. This has been a very common theme with Workhorse though. I mean, it's such a manipulated company. It has 15% moves to the upside and to the downside on a weekly basis at this stage, on a bi-daily basis at this stage. It's the company we're investing in, and yes, on days like today, it can hurt, it can suck seeing your portfolio be dragged down, especially if it is a big position of yours. But I'm going to ask you the question I always ask Workhorse investors. Are you a long-term investor? Are you a swing trader? Are you a mixture of both? Are you short? What kind of investor are you? If you're a long-term investor, like me, you know, I have zero interest in time in the market. I'm not going to sell and then buy back in. If you're a swing trader, you know, you need to be paying a little bit more attention. You know, when news like that comes out from Roth, you know the price is going to go down. It's a no-brainer. So yeah, just ask yourself what kind of investor you are, and that should tell you what to do next. It really is that simple. You don't need me or anybody else to tell you. Just understand that things have only fundamentally gotten better for Workhorse literally every week for months and months at a time now. The new money we just made, analysts in general are still bullish on the company. We're hiring even more employees. The Hitachi partnership, we now know we're working on more vehicles. We've class 2 vehicles, refrigeration vehicles. We have more money to fund production. There has been nothing but positive news, literally nothing but actual positive news coming from this company. A lot of what's happening negatively is coming from outside sources, so I just want you guys to keep that in mind. And as a long-term investor, I invest in companies. USPS released a stamp. Yes, we all got this notification if you're like me. We also have this, which didn't really give us any information whatsoever. A lot of us were waiting for this. So this is from the USPS, okay, and we can just see from the intro really quickly. The Commission gives notice that the Postal Service filled request for the Commission to consider matters related to negotiated service agreements. The request may propose the addition or removal of a negotiated service agreement from the market dominant for competitive product list, or the modification of an existing product currently appearing on the market. Blah blah blah, nothing really came out of it. So again, a little bit of dead news essentially. But this is just one of those days where it fell. Look on the 5-day chart. I mean, on the 5-day chart, still not an awful lot has happened. We're down from the bottoms on the 5-day chart. We're pretty much at exactly break even, as I just said. Now, of course, anything could happen today. The announcement still could come before market closes or after market closes. It might not come till December. It might come in 3 days' time. Nobody knows right now, and I think that's why there is a lot of volatility here as well on the retail investor side of things, because people don't like uncertainty, you know? People are very afraid. People are afraid the contract won't get announced. People are afraid they're going to lose money, especially the people who are buying in the high 20s, you know what I mean? The people who are buying purely based off momentum and maybe didn't do as much research or just weren't fortunate enough to get in relatively early on like a lot of us. There's a lot of uncertainty and there is a lot of fear surrounding this stock. I'm finding it very hard to decide what I think is happening today, in all honesty. But I do find this crazy. I mean, if you are an analyst, how are you going to change your price target in the span of, what was it, 3 days? And this price target of $27 from Roth Capital, it doesn't give us a time frame. It doesn't tell us if that's short term, if it's medium term, if it's long term, if it's for next week, or if it's just from 3 years. And how can we respect what they have to say if they are going to change it every 3 days? It's just pretty insane to me. And again, I do have respect for Roth Capital. I think a lot of people have respect for what they have to say. I know there's people for and against them, and I'm aware of some of the bad things that they've been involved in the past as well. But yeah, this I don't like it. So I'm not selling. I have no intentions of selling. I'll see what happens the rest of the day, you know what I mean? $20 is becoming a possibility if things don't get better. I am close to buying, in all honesty, considering that fundamentals have only gotten better. If everything that we expect to happen happens, this is going to be a fantastic price point. But of course, if those things don't happen, it's more than likely going to go down in value. That's the way it's always been with Workhorse from day one. And now, if the USPS contract is going to be pushed back, who knows, November, December, whenever it is, yeah, it's going to be a little bit weird. We're probably going to slow down. We're probably going to trade like a normal company, a normal stock for a while. And that's not what people will be used to at Workhorse either. But just understand, guys. I mean, watch yesterday's video. So much good came yesterday. Nothing bad came out today except for Roth Capital, because somehow they weren't aware of a copy and paste email that the USPS has been sending out for literal months. Roth Capital, you crazy, man. But guys, that's the Workhorse update for today. Lots and lots happening. We can see we're going up a little bit. I'm not paying that any attention right now, in all honesty. We'll see what happens towards the end of the day. Right now, there's still 4 hours until market closes. Anything could happen. As funny as it may sound, I genuinely love Workhorse for this reason. There is always news coming out. Whether we're going up or down, there's always news. It's always exciting. There's always high volume. It's an interesting company. Just remember, there are so many people who still believe in this company. But I can tell, just from speaking with people, there are so many people afraid. There are bulls right now who've done a lot of research, who are afraid of losing capital. These are the kind of people who will be more likely to buy on the bull runs as opposed to the dips. There are people like that, and that's fine. You know, there's momentum traders out there. A lot of people want to try and catch the bottom. A lot of people are afraid to catch a falling knife. So there will be a lot of people right now who, in my opinion, want to buy, but are afraid to do so. And more than likely going to wait until they see the institutions buying back in more. I'm very interested to see what ARK Invest does today. I'm not sure if they'll do much considering how much they added yesterday, but it will be interesting nonetheless. But anyway, if you have watched this video all the way until the end, you, my friend, are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. You just being here watching the video, that supports me so much, it helps me out so much, so thank you. If you did enjoy the video, if you enjoy these Workhorse videos, please hit that like button, drop me a comment, and subscribe if you're new around here, because again, all of that's completely free and it all helps me out so much, and we really are trying to get the 50,000 subs. And if you're interested in getting all of this information straight to you, hit that first link in my Discord and sign up to become a Patreon. You'll get full access to my private Discord group, and I mean, guys, it's been going non-stop all day, especially the Workhorse chats. It's an awesome place. Genuinely, loads of useful news gets posted in there. So if that's of interest to you, sign up, baby. But anyway, that is the Workhorse update for today. I'm not sure if I'll end up making one tomorrow. It depends if news comes out. Still, anything could happen after hours today. I'm still very excited for today. But anyway, guys, we'll see what happens. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. I'll see you for another video very soon. Peace.